What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to another edition of the Sooner Surge as we preview Game 2 of OU softball versus BYU tonight. Before we get started this video, make sure you subscribe, be a part of the Sooner Surge. Also, go to Fanstop, fanstop.com. Use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months. Sign up for that shirt of the month. You will not be disappointed. Arrives at your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your house. Get signed up for that. Fanstop.com. Hunter, Game 2 tonight. OU versus BYU, coming off a victory in Loves Field. Another game with 3 home runs or more at Loves Field. And what do you think's in store here for Game 2?
Yeah, Sooners, would be expecting them to be facing off against a pitcher with 5.77 ERA, that being Gianna Maris for BYU. They use 3 pitchers, including one of the pitchers that would usually get a start in Kate Dale. So on Thursday night, so maybe she goes back to back, but regardless, that's either or. It's a 5+ ERA pitcher for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, you mentioned it, 3 home runs. Loves Field, the ball tends to fly out. Hopefully the wind is not blowing in for that on tonight. But yeah, so expect some home runs in Loves Field if weather allows it.
Yeah, and OU coming off the victory run roll in the first game. Maxwell, another gem. I mean, 5 innings pitch, 1 hit. I mean, coming off the Texas series where she pitched great as well. So she's in a zone right now, Hunter. And I would expect May probably to go tonight and then deal the third game unless they switch it up. But I think May gets a start tonight. And I think the pitching continues to do what it's been doing. I think that's the, a lot of people can be negative right now about the Texas series where OU didn't score a whole lot of runs, right? And that's kind of what people are looking for. Hey, let's start destroying people, scoring a lot of runs. But people aren't talking about the positive, which is the pitching staff, because early on, that was kind of the go-to complaint for all Sooner fans was, well, the pitching. Right now, it's been great. My only thing about the pitching, Hunter, and I want your thoughts on this, the season, the whole talk was 6-headed monster, 6 pitchers. Really, they've only really used 3. I mean, for a while now. I mean, the amount of innings that Keeney, Guerin, and Monticelli has had has not been a whole lot of innings. So just kind of what are your thoughts on that as far as the staff? Just basically going, it seems to be kind of getting narrowed down to 3 unless you really need the others in situations.
I mean, last weekend, you really narrow it down to 2 on the starting end of things. It was Kelly Maxwell, Nicole May, Kelly Maxwell in that Texas series down in Austin. Yeah. Little shocked by it. I thought Kirsten Deal, I mean, she's been really good. See it in the midweek too. Like, I don't know what there is to make you think. I don't know about a big game moment for her. I think she's ready for it. But obviously the coaches are seeing something kind of establishing it with those 2 starters on the weekend. We'll see how it goes this weekend. Does Deal get that game 3 start and it kind of balance itself out again? Monticelli, I think in that closing role was really good. I mean, a tough position against Texas, but it ended up no runs crossing through that. That's what matters at the end of the day. And Carly Keeney as well has given some very good outings right now. Those 2 lead the team in ERA, 102 for 1.02 for Kirsten Deal, 1.03 for Carly Keeney. So you would think that eventually those innings would start to heat up for them. And then FJ Guerin, very different style of pitching with that changeup. It's hard for teams to adjust. You would think later in the season where you are right now for Oklahoma that they are going to be kind of throwing those arms that are a little different than what you're accustomed to, but haven't seen it just yet.
Yeah, and the reality is this. I mean, if you have a starting pitcher like Maxwell who's pitching great with 1 hit, the chances of getting Keeney in there, I mean, it's kind of a hard situation because for Keeney to pitch, if those 3 other starters, you're either going to have a starter not have a good outing or just bring her in a situation, because where they're pitching her in the mid innings is usually after a pitcher's in trouble or whatever. So we'll see. But I think May gets started. I think May pitches well again. I'm interested to see at the bats, Hunter. I know we've talked about it. Even the first game they did, the last inning, they got the run roll. They kind of went off there in the fifth or whatever. But I think the problem has been, we talked about this on another video, getting the base runners on for the home runs, getting the extra base hits with 2 runners on and all that. I think that's kind of where they've just kind of been a little bit off, right? And you may get a home run, it's a solo shot. But I think this weekend I look for them to, in fact, tonight I look for another run rule. I think they will. And I think the bats will be pretty good tonight.
Well, last night they did a lot better at hitting home runs with runners on base, capitalizing on that. There was 3 home runs hit. 2 of them were 3-run shots. Then you had the solo shot by Cassidy Pickering. You also had a Cassidy Pickering RBI in that 5th inning where they get the run roll. So that's one thing Oklahoma has done better on. That, again, BYU staff, that they've allowed a lot of hits in the season. They've allowed 275 as a staff. They have a team ERA at 4.94. And, I mean, you look at Oklahoma, they've only allowed 152 hits on the season. The other end, there's a big difference there. So, Oklahoma, 9 hits Thursday night. Put up 8 runs from it. I think that's the groove that they're going to start getting back into. It's just, I mean, this weekend you don't have to worry about it, but a few weeks you have Oklahoma State. That's the top 5 team. Got to be able to do it against those ranked opponents.
Yeah, and Sooner standout tonight. Who you got, Hunter? Last night you went with Jada Coleman, right?
I'm going Jada again. It's been one. I mean, in the last few videos we've done, it seems like every time I say Jada, more times than not, it turns out right for me. Hottest hitter on the planet right now. One player of the week 2 weeks ago has just been really, really good for the Sooners, leading the team in batting average right now at 455 and 10 home runs. So, yeah, Jada Coleman, 3-run shot in game 1. I think she keeps it up. Maybe not as many, maybe not a home run, but a couple more hits to the hit total.
And I'm going to go with somebody who hasn't been that hot, and I'm going to go with Alina Torres. I think Alina Torres gets back into the home run barrage tonight. I think she gets one and has 2 or 3 RBIs and has a great game. So I'm going to go with Alina Torres. And so there you – yeah, go ahead.
Pitching. Nicole May, you got a complete game for her?
I don't, because I think they're going to score early and often. I think they're going to get a pretty big lead. And I could see something about May pitches really good 3 innings, but they're up enough where they're going to give maybe Keeney and some others some work. That's what I would say. What about you?
I'm going to go Nicole May, 5 innings, Gearin, and Monticelli for the final 2.
So no run roll tonight.
No run roll. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but just 5 innings, 1-1. I think that's the move for this game 2 against BYU.
Well, there you have it. Game 2 preview, OU versus BYU. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Always like, comment. We would appreciate it. Who's your Sooner standout tonight? Love the ones who commented on yesterday's video. Appreciate that. Drop your Sooner standout in there. Make sure you do that for this video as well. Till next time, Boomer.